All right, g'day everyone. Welcome to the Short Ball podcast. We're back. We got our first interview of the year, and we've got three of the boys from the SG Ball winning side for the Dragons. We got Jacob Halangahu, the back rower, one man of the match. Shadi Hamoud, the sixth captain all year, and then some saying the leader of the forward pack, Ryan Hutchinson, the eight for the boys. First of all, boys, how you doing?
Nah, you're going good.
Yeah, not bad yourself, mate.
Yeah, no, all good. So I've got just a couple of questions for you boys, and sort of lead as you go and sort of direct yous. But first of all, like obviously huge achievement for you boys, winning the SG Ball comp, like a mad year. You put it all together at the right time. Fucking bashed up the Knights and the Bulldogs in the finals. But first, I'll ask you, Shadi, as you're the captain. You've had a 32-year drought, lack of success recently at the club. Did that sort of motivate you extra at all? Were there any words about that, or did you sort of try and knock that down and sort of new year, new focus?
Nah, I think from day one of preseason, we've like with a new coach and everything, new coaching staff, we've always had a mentality and we always look back on our past and what it meant to be a Dragon. And this whole year's just been about how we can implement stuff from how they used to be when they won. I think it was 11 grand finals in a row, and their type of mentality. We watch training drills, we watch games, watch everything that they used to do that they had footage on, and it just like carried through our season.
Yeah, and how important were your coaching staff and that? Like, obviously, you got to have a good support staff, good coaching staff to sort of help you through it. How important were your guys to sort of leading you to that success that you've had?
Nah, it was super important. I mean, like from the head coach to the physios and the trainers, like everyone just had a massive part in motivating us and making sure everything's on time and everything was very professional this year. And I guess that it just resulted in a good season.
Yeah, showed at the end. A big part of your success, and this is where I'll go to Jake and Hutcho, was your forward pack. Obviously, three Australian schoolboys, you being one of them, Jake, Locker and Finau, all big stars in your own rights. But how was that connection like on the field and off the field as well? I'll start with you, Hutcho. How was that connection for you as the forward pack on and off?
I reckon it was pretty mad, eh? Like Finau and Local, they just lead from the front. No, but they were hectic, especially including our bench too. Corey coming off the bench, coming off NRL preseason. As soon as he comes on, when everyone else is tired, he comes on and fucking breaks teams. But yeah, Finau and Local, big part of our team.
Yeah. And you, Jake, you obviously were pretty close with some of the boys too. Like, obviously, you made schoolboys with Finau and Locker. I think you went to school with Finau and Hennessy too at Paddy's. How was your connection with them on and off the field?
Yeah, no, my connection with our forward pack this year, it was next level, especially with a coach like Willie. Just off what you said, going to school with my center Hennessy and then my lock Finau, that probably built the most trust out of all the boys in the team. And then having Loco there, where I got picked in Oz Schoolboys with him, and then pretty much rooming with him the whole time, that built a whole connection with him. And then just being with boys like Rizzy, Corey, Cyrus, Billy since the first year of maths, so that's 3 years together now. So our connection was already there. Like, we knew what each other was going to do. We knew what we were capable of. And then having Hutcho come down midway preseason, he did pretty good to get amongst the boys. So we all knew how Hutcho played. So I reckon we're pretty tight this year, and that's the main reason why we went all the way.
Yeah, and you spoke about it, Jake. You've been at the Dragons for a little bit. Last year you played a bit of Harold Matts, a bit of SG Ball. You come up and played a little bit of 9 as well. What was it like this year getting a whole season together in that back row position?
Yeah, this year it was... so I'll start with my one game last year where I come up and played against the Steelers. That was pretty good. That gave me a taste of what SG was. And SG compared to Mats, it was like size difference and physicality. It was all good. But the speed of the game, man, it gets faster, I reckon, each grade you go up. So after that one game, coming into preseason, Kyle Stanley had me do an earlier preseason compared to a few of the other boys just because he knew how quick SG was coming, and then come to that big preseason that we had as a whole group, and just the mental stuff we went through in that preseason, it really pushed everyone. So yeah, having a full year this year at SG, man, especially injury free, that I reckon that's helped me a lot, and it's going to help me progress onto flagging and higher levels, especially with my fitness, because the speeds of this game, SG ball this year, especially that grand final, man, for the boys that were next to me when I came off at halftime, they knew how fast it was just from my breathing. A few of them even asked if I need an asthma puffer.
Yeah, with Flag and Cup, have you got any goals for the end of the year? Do you want to try focus on making Cup by the end of the year, or just putting a full season together at Flag? Have you got any focused goals there, or are you just sort of taking it as it comes?
Probably at the moment it's just to, once I start training with Flag, just stay there, because like Kyle said, the hardest part about going to the next level is not playing there, but it's staying there. So probably just for now, just staying at Flag, and then my end of the year goal is probably get a few games of Cup under my belt before I go into an NRL preseason at the end of the year.
Yeah, beautiful. Shadi, I'll get you to answer this one. I was thinking, Jake said it to me the other day. Did you adopt an underdog tag at all? Like, did you ever feel that you were coming into a game and there were people sort of doubting you coming into it? And did you have any sort of ambition to prove people wrong at all?
Oh, 100%. I think from round one when we versus the Panthers, like, we had been like classified as underdogs, and throughout the whole season we flew underneath the radar, and I think it was good. It was better for us that way. We could show everyone the whole competition what we really had within us, and I think all the boys just didn't take that for granted and use it as motivation.
Yeah, and that first game against Penrith, I was there. And you turned it on early. You put 16 points on them straight away, and sort of thought, yeah, you have clicked well together. And then Panthers sort of mounted a comeback, and you sort of just escaped through. You ended up scoring that match-winning try at the end off that Finau ball. But how different do you think it could have been if you hadn't escaped with that win, or how much confidence did you get out of coming over the top of them?
Well, it was a massive confidence booster, and like, coming off the back of a massive preseason, like, we started 4 weeks before every other club doing our own individual stuff and sending videos through online and stuff like that to our coaches. And having a preseason where it was not only just training hard and running fitness and doing drills, but all the education and the little details behind every play and what it meant to be a team player and what it meant to be a Dragon and all that type of little fundamental stuff. It was almost like that game was built from the whole of preseason. And then from that game and each week, we just took one step at a time, one round at a time, and we ended up going through.
Yeah, and it was a huge achievement from that. Hutcho, you come down from Queensland. You joined the Dragons halfway through the preseason. What was it like for you adapting into that environment?
No, yeah, it was pretty mad because I knew some of the boys. Like, I played Tonga. My first game in New South Wales, I played for Tonga. So I knew some of the boys like Jacob, Honey, Finau. I knew some of the boys from that. But yeah, it was pretty hectic because when I first came down, I was actually meant to go to the Bulldogs. I was actually meant to go train with Bulldogs. And then Kyle rang me after I played, and he just wanted me to come down. So I had to choose to, and I also had a tour at Sharks. So I had to choose to go to the Sharks induction, go to the Bulldogs first trial game, or go to Dragons training. And I don't know, Kyle Stanley sweet talk just got me.
You've ended up choosing the right team, haven't you? Fucking come away with the win.
Yeah, I know. That was like the talk of the week. Like,
yeah.
Fuck, did I choose the right team? But yeah, obviously I did.
Yeah, and it was a good result for you. That battle in the middle, you had obviously Fanafo Seve to come up against, a couple of gun players there, Alatini, Woods.
Yeah.
And it also got a little bit fiery at the end. Did you sort of come out with the intention to sort of hit to hurt, come out and put a heap of pressure on those main guys?
Yeah, well, that was our goal. Willie Talau loves to give a speech to us middle and back rows before we run out. They were really strong in the middle. Like, we knew they had good middles, so we knew like we had a good game. And against Knights, we knew they had good middles, but Willie just wanted us to go out firing, especially coming out from second half. Because some of our second half starts have been a bit poor this year. So that was probably our main goal, like the first 10 minutes, just to rip in, find that one more effort, and we did. So it's probably another reason why we got it done.
Yeah, and you played a pretty huge role in that. You played heaps of minutes. Like, you only got dragged off right at the end
Yeah.
for the good stuff. When it started to get fiery.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
I was fucking on the sideline when we won. Nah, but it's alright.
Were you feeling it at some point there? Like, did the gas tank start to empty, or were you?
At the start of the game, after we got scored on first, me and Jacob looked at each other. He was sweet, but I thought we were in a little bit of trouble. But then we kicked off and we just started good. And as soon as we scored, I knew we had a roll on. Like, their middle started to get loose and they weren't winning rucks. Like, Lochal and Finau were making in 20 metres a run. Our backs were rolling them. So I knew we had them. So that's why I wasn't getting as tired, because we weren't in the grind as much.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think that's why Willie just left me out there, because he didn't see like I was tired. Because sometimes he knows when I'm like missing tackles or not winning that he needs to sub me. But I think that's why he left me out there. And yeah, got it done.
Yeah, it was a great performance too. Shadi, I'll ask you this one. When I was watching the game, I thought it was a pretty interesting decision to cut out Loco and go to the other side of the of the kickoff. Was that a pre-planned thing, or was that what was the go there?
Oh, nah, we watched film on them and we found the weaknesses, but I think we tried playing them a bit too early. But I think, like, in my opinion, I think it was a good thing that it happened, because we had them in two minds the whole game. Like, whether we're going to shift the ball off kickoffs, whether we're going to ram it in with our front rowers, whether our backs are going to take it in. Like, we had them in a few different minds as to what our goal was to get, like, where our spots were to get to.
Yeah.
And every set was just a bit different for us. Like, when we watched the film back of the grand final, every set, like, we would find different targets, and it just kept confusing them a bit.
Yeah, and Loco, after that, you sort of just went straight to Loco whenever they'd kick it to you. He sort of changed the momentum a little bit. Heaps of tackle breaks, heaps of post-contact meters, really got you rolling. I'll ask this question to Jake. How much did Loco impact your rolling and your momentum in that grand final and help you come away with a result?
Yeah, just off what Shadi said, that second kickoff they kicked off, and you just personally being with Loco, Oz camp, in like school games, even this whole SG season, I've never seen Loco come off the back fence like that. And usually he's dumb enough and he'll run it straight, but I don't know, something just clicked in this grand final, and he'd come off the back fence and he'd use his footwork that he's got, and he'd get in between players, and he'd just get that roll on for our second play, which is short side to me, and he'd get in between a front row and back row, which would leave Mitch Woods at A on that short side by himself, which made my job a lot easier. So yeah, just those little things that Loco bring into that grand final this year, man, it gave us a roll on. Like that, I think the third kickoff, he got back to our 40 off the back fence, and then left Mitch Woods on the blind side. I went, then Finau went, and then before you knew it, we're under the post again.
Yeah, it was unreal effort from your forward pack. I'll make this my last question. I'll let you go. That left edge, lethal all year. I think Jesse ended up being the leading try scorer. He had 20 tries by the end of the year, and he's really utilised it in the finals in particular. Jake, you and Shadi were on that edge. How was that combination, and Hennessy as well? How good was that combination all year, and did that take time to adapt, or was that something that clicked from the go?
Yeah, our left edge, it was definitely something that was a work on all preseason. Like off what Shadi said, coming into preseason a month early and then doing a 2-month preseason, it took the whole 3 months. Even I reckon the whole 3 months in the first 3 or 4 rounds of SG to actually click, and just what Shadi said, off our 1%ers that Willie had us doing at training. He even had like me and Cyrus in the training with the outside backs, learning how to do their fan shapes with them. And then after trainings, our left side would organise for us to stay back just to work on our craft there, just little things like that. And then with Hennessy, for those that know Hennessy, they know how much of a gun player he is, but he has little things that let him down, like his little fitness moments. So, coming to the back end of that preseason, a few of us middles would stay back, and he would stay back and put in those extra percenters with us, just so he could perfect his craft and his game coming into the season.
Yeah, and with that left edge, Shadi, how good was it having Jake outside you in defence in particular?
Oh yeah, nah, Jake's a workhorse in defence and attack, and I trusted him. every game and every minute of each game. And I think towards the back end, we had really built a good combination, especially in defense, where he wouldn't let them get around him to get to me. That way, I'm a bit more fresh in attack, and I can do my stuff in attack. And don't get me wrong, like in defense, of course, like whenever we get them to the ground, we would wrestle together and we just hold them down there and make them very uncomfortable on the floor. But yeah, and especially when they're running shapes, like I just knew I had somebody inside me to trust, and as well as Hanisi, I had him outside me to trust as well, and same as well.
Yeah, it was great all year. I'll wrap it up there, boys. Let you go. Thanks for giving me your time, and it was some really good answers there. So I appreciate you coming on.
Sweet.
All good, bruh.
Thanks, bro.
Catch you, boys. Good luck with the rest of the
Thank you.
year. Hope to see you have some success in Flag and Cup.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See you, boys.
Thanks.